like 5 minutes to show everything that happened in the last show. And the whole time, Scourge is on deck, charging his power level in the background for his big fight. And then the show just immediately starts with Asus walking up to Ferris, just being like, "So, you lesbian, huh?"
I'm okay with your life choices. I just want to know if you're like my mom. She's a nice lady. Y'all should totally hook up.
So everyone nearby, like the stevedores and all the people working in the rigging, are all just like, "I can't believe he asked that."
7 charisma, baby.
Sarissa looks him up and down and says, "Well, honey, I can assure you that you're not my type."
Oh, I already know that, but still.
Oh, shit.
Oh, no, I just tell her straight up, I'm a virgin, so, you know.
Alright, now that we got that out of the way, your head butler on the ship. By the way, did we get a new name for the ship? Or is it, let's see here. Ship. Oh, we didn't, yeah, we definitely didn't rename it. Because you're occupying the new ship, the Bark.
The Bark.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was called the Q.
Yeah.
It was called the Q, but the type of ship is a Bark.
Yep, we got it way down on G column.
So, are we renaming it, or is it still just going to be the Q?
Heck yes.
Okay. I don't know which one that was an answer to.
That was for renaming it.
Well, so we are renaming it.
The Hidden Dolphin.
Yeah, we...
The Smooth Dolphin.
We sold the previously Sandbalot, now Dancing Dolphin, to...
It's not sold.
You didn't sell
it's
it.
part of...
Gave it to them.
Well, it's not really given. It's on loan because everything that ours is hers and hers is
It's
ours.
a dowry.
Sure.
It's a dowry.
So, Portia Runescar is actually the current commander.
What? Really?
Yep.
I feel bad for Laughing Dolphin.
So, let me know when you guys decided on a new name. Anyway, so, of course, the butler knows the name of the ship, even if you don't know it yet. And he's just like, excuse me, Commodore, but, the men, you know, we're used to much better quality of food and alcohol than what you provide with your magic. I don't suppose you would be interested in continuing this arrangement.
And what would need to be done in order to do so?
Oh, you would simply need to buy stores whenever we're in port.
Will there be any additional costs for these superlative quality?
Of course. You'll also need to provide upkeeps on our uniforms. You know, these kid gloves and cravats aren't easy to come by. And, of course, you know, like we pan over the crew, everyone's in perfectly starched white, pressed uniforms. Even the guys that are up in, like, the crow's nest running around in circles all look like they could be in a movie recruiting poster.
Wait a minute. There's people in the crow's nest? Get the hell out of there. That's my house now.
There's multiple crow's nests. A Bark is a 3-master.
What? I get 3 houses?
Yeah.
Manifest destiny on the crow's nest.
Craig, cravat is like a fake tie.
Oh, I know exactly what it is. I'm just like, really? They're wearing cravats?
Yeah, they all have cravats. This is Portia Runescar. She rolls deep, yo.
Wow. I should punch somebody just for that.
These...
Just come out of nowhere.
Just come out of nowhere. Cravat.
Hadouken! Oh, I mean, not Hadouken.
Now, here's the thing, though. Well, I certainly appreciate your crew's dedication to their presentation. I'm concerned that some of Captain Runescar's demonstrative choices may be affecting your ability to do your jobs in an efficient manner.
So, this guy is completely blank-faced. I mean, he could basically be the face that is carved into a mask of stony demeanor. Look it up, it's a thing.
I got
and
one.
He just raises one eyebrow when you say that.
Does the crew like, really know where this is
So you get the sense this guy is kind of trying to Vulcan you. You know, he's just like, but he's trying to keep the crew at the high level of morale they currently have, where they operate better than a normal crew. Which is to say, mechanically, they provide a bonus to the profession sailor of their captain.
Alright, well, if it does not negatively impede, then certainly we can continue to keep them in the manner to which they are accustomed.
He says, of course, ma'am. I'll make sure to update you next time we're in port. The cost of the services we'll need.
Very well.
And, of course, Scourge is at the wheel, as apparently my understanding is that he's been referred to as the rank of commander at least twice now, which would certainly justify putting him behind the wheel. And so, like, ship's lore master, librarian's got the maps charts for him, and he's got like a master's mate helping him out. And he's just like, excuse me, Commander Scourge, Commander Master Scourge. What is our course?
Say again?
What is our course?
I don't honestly know. Out of character, I don't honestly know where
Okay.
we're supposed to be headed.
We're
Port
headed
Peril.
to Port Harrow.
I'm sorry, you guys talked over each other. What? Port Peril?
They said Port Peril, yes.
Okay. All right, then I will tell him, laying a course for Port Peril.
He says, very well, sir. Very good. And, like, he starts bringing out, like, dozens of maps in front of you, and he's like, here, 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 here. And within a few minutes, you've got a chart posted for, you know, where you guys are going to.
Okay.
So, couple of the usual questions. Are you looking for ships or villages along the way? And what route would you like to take, since there are a couple ways to get to Port Peril?
Can we see the world map?
Indeed. I'm looking at it, and now I'm realizing that you aren't.
We're still at the rock.
That was my next question, was where we were. Okay.
An excellent question to ask.
All right. Tidewater Rock. There we are. I see a ship.
I see circles and squares.
I'm hearing Shining Dolphin. Alright.
Yep.
The dolphin will strike fear in the hearts of our enemy.
So let's just update that name. I should be able to change the ship name here. So the other comment I got was that I've been doing the ship combats completely and totally 100% incorrectly. And they were correct that I was doing it incorrectly. So I will strive to do them more correctly in the future. They actually take way longer. Super longer.
So
I like the
how
way
are
you
we
did it.
supposed to be doing them?
We'll walk through it, but aiming and loading takes a hell of a lot longer. And even when you're accelerating, the ship still moves.
Right,
Under
because
the- Yeah, I haven't been doing that. So there's a lot more stuff going on there, and I've been having catapults and acting them like direct fire, but apparently you only need to aim at a AC-20 square because they're treated as siege weapons.
okay.
So
Nice.
now that we're back on the main map, everyone's here, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yep.
What are your guys' thoughts on the course?
Suggestions, anyone?
Well, I mean, following up this island chain would give us
Possible
seeing
targets.
one of the most direct routes would give us some islands to look forward, but also a possibility of ships. What else does the map keeper have to say about the? You said there were multiple possible
Yes.
paths.
Okay, so if you can ask him, certainly, or you can scrounge up some information from your own memory using a knowledge local or profession sailor check.
Okay.
May I get in on this knowledge local?
Sure. I assume that, like any random guy, you're probably just wandering around on the side of the deck. You know, like most assassins do. Just hanging out. Trying to find
Eavesdropping.
cover. You know, like
Eavesdropping where?
there's a cardboard box, but you're not solid sneaking in the box. You're using the shadow of the box to give you enough cover to make a stealth check.
May
So
I?
you're just like hiding behind the box and no one can see you.
No one can see me.
So, Sifrig, out of everybody else, you get the idea that that main purple route that's been located, while it is the fastest route, it's also the deadliest.
It's exposed.
Yeah, you're going through the main shipping channel. If you take the eastern route, just like the chain of islands right here, and slip through there, you'll be a little better off. You're going to encounter mostly Aspis vessels making the Blood Cove run.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you don't actually know because your captain hasn't revealed it yet, but you guys are technically Aspis Consortium agents.
Yeah, I told them after we left.
Oh, so
They've been told by now.
Oh, they do know? Okay, so
Okay.
with your Aspis badges, you can easily get past any Aspis ships.
So that would be the green map? The
Yes.
green route?
And finally, you could make the Shenshu Bay run at the last part. It's a little weird. Sometimes there'll be nothing there, and sometimes there'll be a large fleet of ships there, pirate ships of various fleets, and that are looking to make the Dahak run, to push in between the Dahak's Fang and Tooth to save some time. But they need to defend themselves from the gigantic amount of dragons that fly over that island.
What if we
Like,
headed through Little Apara and then along the coast of Moto through Senju? Check in.
You could certainly do that. You could try to find Captain Mockingbird and see if he's made enough loot.
But that puts us back out exposed in between the islands. How about a modified version of that and cut across from, what is that, Caden's Arm back over into the islands, so we're not out in that open strait that much?
Okay?
So go up the yellow route as far as Mockingbird and then head due east until we're back over to the green mark.
Okay?
Does that sound good to everybody?
So, like that?
So kind of like that?
Yeah. Now, I don't care about Shinshu Bay one way or the other. I want to be clear on what that's going to get us.
It's like I'm looking at a subway map.
Yeah, that's it. The second yellow one, the goldish one. 'Cause that way we kind of limit our exposure out there in the.
Okay.
Pay no attention to us. We're just a shiny vessel.
Well,
With very well kept uniforms.
we kind of
Yes.
need some way to get in touch with the other captains. We're gonna have to start figuring out some magical means of communications.
Sending
This-
stones.
Yeah, sending stones or something. In this day and age, communication or this type of environment, communication is golden.
Too bad I'm not a bird type of druid. I'm more the Zack type of lightning from the sky kind of druid.
Well, something like speaking stones is dead simple, and I don't think they're terribly expensive. I have to look them up to see. But
This cat just...
all right, any other suggestions? Anyone? Oh, sorry, I picked up my cat. It's driving me crazy.
Yeah, my cat just bit me on the foot, so I understand.
Well, unless we have any other options or any other suggestions, I guess we'll go with the final golden route there. Is everybody okay with that?
Alright.
Okay.
Okay, alright. So, you sail to the Caden's Arm, Little Apara area, looking for Captain Mockingbird. They're preparing for a Caden Kalian festival soon at Caden's Arm, and so there's dozens of ships there, but there is a 12-mile enforced no-combat zone that is being enforced by 2 warships that both are captained by paladins of Caden Kalian, and I know that sounds weird,
Yeah.
but they wouldn't technically exist, but in this case they do.
You could say war priests.
Yeah, sure, war priests, that sounds better. So,
we love paladins.
to be honest, they're actually Inquisitors, but Paladin is their official title. So anyway, they roll around along the coastline, making sure nobody's fighting. Unless you would like, you know, a dozen ballista bolts.
I kind of go question mark.
All right,
The guy that's always like getting the bar fight.
So, 2 questions. Are you transferring any of the crew from the Dancing Dolphin over?
well, we would be returning What's-Her-Face's loyal crew members and taking crew members of our own back.
Yep. Okay, so you are going to swap over everybody from your old ship?
Yeah, I mean, I figure we'll keep some of the extras who are willing to change.
Okay. Well, all the new crew members are excited to get, you know, nice clean uniforms. Unfortunately, they only have male uniforms on the ship, so at least one certain crew member will be left out. And let's
Aha! I have the fanciest pants.
see. Sure. I mean, you got your good friend Arita, right? What was her name? Crew list. I forget what her name was. But the torturer, right?
Who does that make
Oh,
it?
no. The torturer, we got rid of her a long time ago.
Oh, is she gone? Well, then I guess you are the only person not wearing
Because
uniforms.
certain people have no slave thing. So, yeah, at the point, I think we set her off with Quinn.
Okay. Alright. I thought she was taking care of the slaves the other day, right? She was making...
No, I
dresses.
had Rita, the former prostitute,
Right,
taking care
that's the one. Right. So she's on your crew, but she's wearing her old uniform. Which is not as good as all their fancy white Navy uniforms. Anyway...
problem is.
Poor fancy pants. Such a short life with the party. Well, yeah, that's what happens when you get stabbed in the neck.
She shouldn't have said she had fancier pants than I did.
So,
I will accept many things, but not someone challenging my wardrobe.
So,
Birds.
you guys can have up to 3 lookouts. So anyone who is a lookout can make a profession sailor or perception check as you guys sail into Caden's Arm.
Oh yeah, speaking of which, hey Dom, guess what part of my dowry you're getting?
What's the diary?
The
Dowry.
far glass? The stuff I
Oh.
got for my captain's marriage?
Oh yeah, I get a looking glass.
Yeah,
You get a
yeah,
far
looking
glass.
I get a far glass. What do a far glass do?
It is magical and gives you bonuses and lets you see 10 miles away.
Ooh.
So you get a shiny thing, and if Siegfried goes back, he gets the armor.
Oh, armor?
Indeed.
Buccaneer's breastplate. You now have the water walk ability like I do.
Which is a pretty big deal for you, because, you know,
Yeah.
you'll die. Literally.
So
Trying to
once
find it.
again, I continue wearing the clothes I got at character creation.
I'm trying to find the far glass, but I don't see it on the SR.
It's not on the SRD, it's on the Archives of Nephis.
Mm.
It's a campaign item.
Yep.
Okay.
So you actually don't need anything other than the 24 you just got. You easily look over the area and find that there's no mention, that there's no Ruthless Mockingbird or his slave galley anywhere nearby. But you do hear like someone talking on 2 ships, like as they're passing each other. You hear someone going, "Oh, hey, over there! Oh, did you hear about that mobile squibbing service there, mate?" And the other guy's like, "Oh, you mean Ruthless Mockingbird's mobile squibby lab?" "Yes, of course, we were just heading there ourselves." And he's like, "Oh, hey, they do good work. Only took them about 3-4 days. Only cost me, 2,000 gold pieces to get this piece of shite squibbed." He's like, "It looks good. Looks good. Rigging looks solid. It's in the Tien style, right? And he's like, oh yeah, man. No one will ever be able to tell that this used to be the whatchamacallit. And he's like, oh, I shouldn't have said that.
This was commercial break.
Side note, ship equals former whatchamacallit.
Okay, so the ship currently is listed as the T-Swift, and what he said was the A Grande. So the A Grande has been made into the T-Swift.
Okay. Note to self, I might check in with the judge and find out if she's found romance. I also find out if they're having interest in these ships.
Okay, alright. If you're going to make such a note, you should probably literally make such a note. In the
Yeah,
party
I
note
already
section.
forgot the ships' names. Can you give it again?
It's the T-Swift and the A Grande. I am
Sorry, it took
generating
me a
random
moment to
names
get the
by
reference.
my YouTube list that's currently open on my other screen. You may expect to see some Jay-Z ships. Unfortunately, when you shorten his first name and his last name, it still comes out to be Jay-Z.
Oh, it's my ward on the floor from side.
It looks like this Mockingbird has turned merchant on us.
Well, number one, he said it was, and number two, getting a list of the ships he squibbed could be very profitable.
So while you guys are in port, are you stopping in port?
I was planning on just going to look for Mockingbird. I mean,
Okay.
we don't really need any new supplies.
Alright, if you're sure.
But the festival.
Who wants to go to Little Apara or Caden's Arm? Which port are we at, anyway?
Caden's Arm.
Do you guys really want to go ashore?
Costs
I
us
don't-
a
Costs a plunder, it does indeed.
plunder to pay the crew, so probably not worth it unless we have a specific reason to let everybody out.
Eh.
You're being attacked by a vacuum. I have a cat sitting here staring at me.
We could use the opportunity to boost our infamy just a tad.
Well, I thought Infamy had to be at a major port. You can't
It
just do
does.
it at any dinky
Yeah,
It
place.
does have to be at a
Right.
major port or a story-specific location.
So no.
All right, so you re-enter the shipping channels. You cut over. By the end of the day, rule of thumb: if Ferris is being nice to you and you're an NPC, you're probably going to die. That's a good call.
Hey,
Make sure
I
something
have
terrible happens
befriended
in
all
RuneSky.
sorts of NPCs.
She kind of befriended Chumley. Kind of.
Something terrible is going to happen to
Chumley is
him.
going to die.
That reminds me to answer your question from way earlier, Lorraine. I think you popped into the chat and sent me a message while I was away. Like I said, for Plunder and Peril, any book that you guys get, everything in its legals. So if you pick, I think I did Ultimate Combat, which
Equipment.
has. Well, I mean, I opened up Ultimate Combat, or
Okay,
did
I
someone
just
else?
know last time you opened
All
up
the archetypes are legal.
That's cool. I know last time you opened up Gunslingers, you said that you only were allowing certain archetypes.
Yes, but this
Yeah.
time I'm letting people do whatever they want to let off some steam,
Including gunslingers?
including gunslingers.
Wait, I'm already playing a cat ninja shit.
You could play a cat ninja who was also a mysterious stranger gunslinger.
There you go.
Good.
Okay,
Except claws.
I'm a
So-
baby dragon. I can't complain.
so as you guys are cutting past the Hawk's Tooth, a colossal-sized wyvern takes off from a nearby rock and spends the whole day chasing you guys. Now, he gets to be about 10 miles out, so the question is, what are you doing in that case?
Grab me a glass of water.
I look around for an elf with purple eyes.
Nope. No purple-eyed elves.
Alright, well, in that case... Who
It's not a
wants to
zombie
go?
dragon, it's a colossal wyvern.
Colossal sounds big.
That sounds really big.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
It sounds huge.
So, if we
Make-
took that fancy harpoon, tied it to the mast, and managed to spear the wyvern, could it drag our entire ship faster than we could sail?
If it went into a grapple with your ship and then won, it could probably lift your ship out of the water.
Whoa.
I want that.
Its wingspan is almost as wide as your ship is, right? I mean, it's for a creature that size, it also has to have a colossal strength score.
Okay, so we need to swing by Ramadan, hook up with a smuggling elf, and then bring it back here.
So what is your plan right now?
Run and
Wow.
hide from the nasty thing that wants to kill us.
Okay.
I wish I knew more. Can anybody make a knowledge check to tell us more about it?
Sure. Knowledge Arcana.
Somebody, anybody?
Knowledge Local
we
could
need
also
you.
serve you here.
Knowledge local.
I'll give knowledge local a shot.
Okay, I'm being attacked by a cat.
I see the cat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh man, your claws
see
are
a-
so sharp, cat.
See a cat butt.
Oh, you can't do this.
It's like your parrot, sir.
Okay.
He's so adorable.
So,
Little kitten.
I cannot tell you how much this hurts having this thing on my shoulder.
It's like your parrot,
Have you ever
sir.
considered lifting the cat off your shoulder if it hurts?
Nope. She'll start crying and then she'll stab me again later. She always gets her revenge.
Just for the nerve of you interrupting.
Adam. Ow. Man, that hurt. Are you doing Arcana or Local?
I was going to do Arcana first,
Okay.
and then local next.
Your Arcana lets you know that this particular wyvern is probably about as large as wyverns could possibly be. It's very old, and it can speed boost. And while it can't catch up with you instantly, it can go very, very fast.
Ooh,
And
did we see where it took off from?
Yes, it came from the most southern isle of Dahak's Tooth, from right here.
What type of what is its favorite treat or food that we could possibly train it with?
Any kind of raw meat. The
Any
other thing
kind,
to
okay.
note is that this thing is probably very intelligent, more intelligent than the average human.
Okay.
Kamakiri.
I relay that information to the party.
Your time in the Shackles. Let's do this as like a flashback. So, let's say you were drinking somewhere, maybe Port Peril or something, when you first arrived in the Shackles, and you're speaking to a local contact that you had. Let's ask what his or her name was.
Local contact. Malcolm Barrowman.
Okay. And, he's a very austere Taldan gentleman who got run out of his noble title, and so he's kind of slumming it. He's just living off of his money, basically, and running it out to the end of his life. And, when you ran from Cheliax, he was more than willing to take you in. And he acts kind of like a father to you sometimes, or at least an uncle. And so he gave you this advice, and he was like, "Now, listen here, Genji. If you're ever in the area of the Dahak Islands, you had best make sure that you negotiate well with their ambassadors. The whole island chain is filled with theological dragons. There's nothing more terrifying than a creature of the land that is dead set on proving that its god is the greatest. Whatever you do, do not run from them."
So I relay that information. We have to stop the ship and negotiate with the ambassador. It is the only way.
Did your friend happen to mention who their god is?
They did not.
No. If I had to guess, I do not have knowledge religion. But I bet Stormy Bottles
Fucking
does.
dog. Bottles, if you'd like to make a knowledge religion check, you could see what you know about the local religions of Dahak. So you know that the religions here are all kind of destructive type gods. You'd expect it to be like the Hawk or Tiamat, you know, dragon gods, but it's actually